Hey there, fellow Wargamers. It's the Sentinel from across the table, and here's the team. Just got back from the international teams tournament. We've had a week now to get some sleep, recover,
lick our wounds,
forgive ourselves for failing to kill Morty on the last turn. So, I really wanted just to go through the team and give the channel and the guys watching how we got on and what we took away from it and that sort of thing. So we lost our first game.
Yep.
By 24 points.
Mm-hmm.
We won our second game. I think it was nearly.
We lost our second game.
We lost the second game.
60 odd points.
60 points. But we won our third game at 200 points.
Yeah.
Difference or something like that.
That was a bit of a slaughter.
Then we won our fourth game the following morning and lost the last.
We lost our first game. Then we won our last game.
Okay, so we won 2 and we lost 3. That's the main
takeaway. As a team.
Yeah, as a team, we lost 3 and we won 2. Yeah. I mean, I was quite happy with that. I mean, the team seemed to have ticked all the boxes that they wanted to, and yeah, it was such a close game, that first one, and it could have gone anywhere. And then the whole day changes. The matchups we had were really difficult. There was a Custodian pretty much the first 2 games. Custodian's army. You went up against Be'lakor for the first 2. So how was that? How was going against Be'lakor? It was Be'lakor and 2 Keeper of Secrets.
2 Keepers of Secrets. Yeah, I hadn't really fully grasped just how fast Chaos Demons can be, because we simply don't have that faction at the club, and I think that's probably generally where we came unstuck as a team. We play factions that we didn't really play very much. Be'lakor and a Keeper of Secrets were in my deployment zone before I'd even moved a model. And then they just murdered Trajan and the general.
It was a murder fest, yeah. But I did look over though at like turn 3, turn 4 on my table, and I was like, there's still plenty of Custodians left on the table.
Yeah, I rallied, but not. The damage had been done in turns 1 and 2. I rallied and killed most of his army, to be fair.
Yeah.
I had 1 Keeper of Secrets and like a couple of Demonette units left, and that was it. And I was holding most of the board, but he'd just done the damage in turn 1, and that was it. Couldn't recover.
Well, we could sit here and go through every single game.
We could,
yeah.
But
that would be taking too long. So, your first game was against
Death Guard.
First
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went really well.
And you had Custodians. So sorry about that.
Jet bike list.
Yeah, sorry about that. Was it the 9 jet bike list or 6?
There were 6 jet bikes in it.
And a captain.
Yeah, and a captain. Loads of crazies. Only the 1 dreadnought.
Yeah, and Achilles, or is it the Telemon? The big one?
No, it was an Achilles.
It was a little Achilles one, yeah.
But yeah, you got onto objectives and just couldn't shift them off them.
Yeah, Emperor's Chosen, I want to say it was, so he gets a 4 up against your mortal.
It was, it was just everything I could put out in the psychic phase was like, meh.
Bounce.
Like,
I'll take 1 from that. I'll take 1 from that.
Yeah, it was,
you're like,
yeah, you were kind of the team punch bag for that game.
But yeah,
it felt it.
Yeah, we definitely changed it up towards the second day, and that seemed to have worked out better. You'll notice there's one guy missing, Nick. He's a little bit under the weather, so he's sitting out this one, unfortunately. So we wish you well to get better soon, Nick. He played Blood Angels. It was an amazing list.
Just dreadnoughts.
11 Blood Angels dreadnoughts with 2 drop pods.
Redemptors, Contemptors, Leviathan,
Librarian,
Librarian.
It looked amazing. Yeah, and he said it came really close. It was like 1 or 2
He
swings.
wanted to play as well.
Yeah, he did. He's a Blood Angel player. He's never played Blood Angels. He plays Blood Angels, but never played against them. And he went up against the Dreadnought list. He said it came down to the last sort of dice roll, a couple of units running away.
It was his sentence of the weekend was those death copters. If he'd done some kind of roll with his death copter, he'd have won. It was that kind of close.
It was that really close, yeah. I took on Guard, a heavy tank army, so many of time practicing because it was almost identical to Charlie's.
Very similar.
Very, very similar. And then I got first turn. And you just cannot hide that many tanks, so Imperial Fists did really well. So we all had a first really interesting first game.
I was looking at team standings who we play with London Wargamers or something.
London Wargaming Guild.
That was it. And then Casuals at the end, yeah. They finished about 5 places ahead of us.
Yeah.
I think they had 2.5 wins.
They were like top middle.
Yeah.
Nice.
They were in our bracket, so they won our bracket basically.
Oh, awesome.
So they obviously went up. and played higher teams, and we went down and played some lower teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, they only finished a few points ahead of us.
So the first game, how did you find this? Was it your first major GT outside?
First team
tournament?
outside of our normal remit. Yeah, it was still fairly full on. You expect a lot of stuff at the Warhammer tournaments, but I think the organisational side and the way the team pairings worked was really cool to play in, because it's what you're going into, but it's still that random element of who's got what, with the way you were choosing your defenders and attackers.
Yeah, it was quite interesting, that defenders and attacker setup.
For you, we could just like,
we just had to.
And some pairings went well, and some pairings went really badly.
What, you're looking at me again.
He's looking at you.
Really bad.
Thousand Sons against Custodians, and then the second matchup was Thousand Sons versus Drukhari. Yeah, both super fast.
That little crazy model with a whip.
Yeah,
the
succubus. That's it.
Yeah,
just outright killing 5 Terminators. It's just
one charge.
Yeah,
it was insane.
So the second game we lost by 60 points. It was a bit. I think I would say the matchups were better for us that round, apart from yourself.
Apart from mine.
Yeah,
that was the throwaway list that round easily.
I can't remember who it was.
You can't remember?
Who it was against?
I know I played. I can't remember, because it's like a week old now, and I should have got a little piece of paper in front of us.
Oh, I played a guard. I played another tank heavy guard.
Another tank heavy guard,
80 odd conscripts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played. I played against the same sort of list that you played in the Custodians. It was 6 jet bikes and the captain. I made some mistakes in that game.
Yeah.
But I also don't massively feel that they changed the outcome. I was still a massive uphill battle. I think I would have lost anyway. But yeah, I made some pretty big mistakes in that game.
Yeah, I played Thousand Sons. That's what I remember playing. It was 20 Terminators with Arrowmen and 20 Marines with some.
But you nailed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I killed 11 Terminators in my first turn with heavy eradicators. He underestimated them. I was expecting. Saying that, he underestimated. He put all his powers on for the -1, the reduction in damage, and all the stuff on one unit. And then I was able to position in a way on the board to be able to shoot at the other unit. So I just wiped out 10, and then just took a pot shot and took out 1 from another unit. But that's the way the game goes. I mean, he did really well. He took out a Redemptor and a Contemptor in turn 1. And I was choking almost on my team. At the time, my beer wasn't going down very well. And then I returned fire and took 10 of his Terminators out with 1 swing. So it was really to and fro there. But turn 2, I cleared up all his Terminators. He wasn't happy.
It's amazing to got rid of that many Terminators.
Yeah, well, they used him as to the last. So he lost 10 points to the last, which swung the game.
If you're going to go to the last and push a unit forward,
not
the best idea.
But if you're using all the psychic abilities you have for the glimmer for the -1 to hit, the -1 to wound, the reduction in damage, and you've got another ability on them as well, you don't expect them to die as quickly as they did.
That's true.
But 5 Terminators charging in with a Chapter Master and the chaplain helping out.
Do the trick.
Melee is the way to go if you want to kill Thousand Sons.
Yes,
They're not so good.
They do fall a lot easier with the AP 2-3 weapons, flat 3 damage. They do fall quite quickly then. And I can't remember what Nick played.
I was just thinking about it. I have no idea.
Was it a Sisters Army?
I think it might be.
I want to say it was a Sister Army because I think he'd never played Sisters before.
You chat amongst yourselves while I'll dig it up. But they were a lovely team the second time.
Didn't they win?
Warwick. No,
they didn't. That was our third game.
Warwick Gamers.
Warwick Gamers. I mean, it's interesting with the pairings because it's captains turn up and they roll a dice each, and the highest dice essentially means that captain allows to pick the first table for the 2 members to play on.
Yeah, so you put your team that you want to go first for, basically.
Whoever wins the roll off, and then it's just you pick a member, stick them forward as defenders, and then 2 attackers come across and you pick an attacker to fight your defender. And the matchups were quite interesting with who expecting what army to be put forward from your opponent, and then what army do you put forward for your opponent to stack against. So it was quite an interesting back and forth between the captains. But I don't think any of you were really upset with what the choices you give. You were all quite enthusiastic to play different armies.
I think I was pretty pleased. I think the overall pairing system was very difficult for me to track, so I didn't read up about it. I left you kind of in charge of it. But I think that across the 5 pairings that I kind of you gave me / the opponents sort of chose, even when my opponent chose, I ended up with a list I was pretty happy with. I think I had one game where I played Drakari where I was like, okay, I'm not that happy about that one.
I did look at that face of yours when I said I paired you up against Drakari. You were like, what? Just because of speed, and we said prior to this, speed is probably your biggest downfall. Because if they can get into you with their speed and they can tag your tanks, you're hard to return fire because it's those demolisher cannons that do all the work.
Oh yeah, definitely. And actually, I think we'll get onto the games, but I think that speed that I was really worried about, I'm not so concerned about anymore. I think I can overcome that.
It's glancing over it during the game because we was on the joining tables. You seem to be holding them in their half and on the centre of the table more than letting them come into you, which was good to see against the Drakari.
Yeah. And they had flyers. It did Drakari fly, didn't they?
Yeah, that was my game forward. Drakari had flyer, it had jet bikes. I was able to push him back into deployment zone.
Yeah.
So Nick was playing Grey Knights.
Oh, Grey Knights, yes, that's right.
Oh yeah,
3 Grandmasters, 3 not 3
Grandmasters.
That's
it, the little baby. Yeah, we had 2
Grandmaster, 2 Dread Knights, 2 extra Dread Knights.
Yes, that was right. Yeah.
So he lost that one by 20 odd points. So
I mean,
it was a fairly close game as well.
I think Nick said all of his games were within 10 to 20 points, and considering, I think that's what he said. He said all of his games were within 10 to 20 points, and it's an amazing for him to go. And I think he got his result that he wanted, which was at least 1 win. He did get 1 win, and we can all say that we all got at least 1 win.
I think we all got 2, didn't we?
Yeah, did we all finish at 2 wins?
I think everyone finished at 2.
Oh, amazing! Yeah. I thought it was 1. But...
no, Nick unfortunately got 1.
Yeah, I think Nick
only
got
close. Had a couple of close ones.
Yeah, like I said, he was winning. I know he won 1.
I got 2.
I got 3, and you guys got 4.
And I got 4, yeah. And that was amazing. I mean, I'm kicking myself because I only lost that last game because of my own fault. But yeah, great play to the opponent.
I was going to mention that for the next 6 months.
Yeah, that's it now, yeah. It's in my heart forever. So yeah, that was game 2. We lost that one. And we went into game 3. I think we were all a bit low, not winning our first 2 at this stage.
I don't know, I'd won my first game in round 2, so I was quite happy about
it. No, I meant as a team though. I mean, especially yourself.
When you were doing the pairings, it was definitely quiet because it was early evening by that point as well. So
we were all a little bit tired.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's get the onslaught done.
I think they had some lists in there that we hadn't played before. I played against an army that I hadn't even seen. I played Raven Guard and hadn't seen or played against them. We kind of went in tired, having lost our first 2 games.
If I read out the factions from game 3, it was Raven Guard, Sisters, More Demons, Mechanicus, and Red Corsairs. None of those factions are at our club.
For us, I don't think we've even seen them at the club or seen them anywhere.
I've played once, and I was like in 7th.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and he had I'm pretty sure the Admech player had a knight in there as well.
He did. He had one of the scary Thrastus types.
The big ones,
He painted them really well as well, hadn't he? That blue colour scheme.
Yeah, they were lovely.
So I paired with the Sisters.
You got Sisters.
Yeah.
Well, we got 5 wins that game.
Oh yes, that was our 5. That was our clean sweep. Yeah.
Petrus Crusade, who won the best sportsmanship.
Yes, they were amazingly sportsmanshiply wise.
They weren't there to be overly competitive. They just rocked up for fun, and they were fun games.
Yes, they were. Every single one of them was fun. Yeah.
Because you took on the Sisters.
I played the Sisters. Yeah.
I took on Raven Guards.
I had the Chaos, which was an odd pair when they decided to choose the Chaos go against me. I thought,
well, because he's only got 1 wound.
I felt quite sorry for him. I was like, psychic phase, that unit's gone. He was like, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, because you're doing like 6 damage, aren't you, in the psychic phase on average between your mortal wounds and your psychic
points and Doombolt alone is like 6 more.
And it just picks up a chaos unit like that.
Yeah, the 1 wound. They need their codex. The 1 wound is really hard.
And did you get the Admech?
I got the Admech, so I was terrified because there was a knight who I was having flashbacks against after previous tournaments.
Was that a team tournament in Banbury, was it?
In Newbury, yeah.
Newbury, sorry. I keep saying Banbury.
I played a Knights, Sisters, Ultramarines and got decimated in my second turn. Or first turn as well, actually. He had Knights, he had Dune Crawlers, he had Skitari.
Yeah, those funky little tank things.
He had the mortar tanks. And it was all just completely foreign to me, but I weathered the storm and
pulled out the win. Yeah.
Well, I just repeated the tactic from round 2 and just engaged him and tanked a lot of saves. And
so what did Nick play in that one?
So Nick was playing against the Nick was playing demons,
Oh, the demons, yes, because he
and
had
he had a big win. He won by 70 points.
because it was a keeper of secrets and loads of little gribblies.
Yeah, he was just.
His stack of jets just mowed.
Yeah, I didn't
Right.
think he had anything shooty. He had a couple of the floaty ones, what they're called again, the flamer type things.
Discs.
The
The
discs.
flames had chariots.
The flame,
as
yeah,
well.
flame,
Oh,
flamers of
chariot,
Zinch,
chariot.
a couple of characters, and his Daka jets just absolutely mowed everything down. He said he had a lot of fun. All his dice were rolling hot in that game, and he got to roll a lot.
They as well has so much quantity of firepower. Now an army like
Those Daka jets alone put out like 40
something shots.
40 odd shots.
Yeah, obviously hitting on 5, but the quantity of that firepower is
He's
really
amazing.
effective.
He's not going to miss. Like, it's just.
Yeah, that was really good for us. That last pairing.
It was a
that,
good-
that,
it was
that
a
first
good-
day
It was a
fantastic.
good way to end the day.
Yeah, it was an amazing way to end the day with a clean sweep throughout, everybody winning, and it was just like I said, it was a morale boost for the end of the day for us to go and sit
Yeah, it was.
and have a meal, which was amazing. So thanks very much for that, guys. And then we came back.
UK.
Send him.
Oh, I'm back. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
we didn't know that. His wife didn't know.
Yeah, I'm
Amy,
still
if you're
putting-
watching, which is
I'm
unlikely.
still putting money aside to pay for that off at the moment.
I've paid you back.
No, I know, but
I've paid you back.
I'm making sure that I'm saving a little bit to put more to it, so because when that comes in,
Yeah.
I got plenty. Don't worry about it. I got it covered. And then, so that was the evening. We had a cracking night. We all had a few
Yeah, it was
drinks,
really nicely chilled.
bit of, bit of
general
meal.
chit chatty.
We
War
got to-
story.
Yeah, war stories over the game and life, and it was really nice bonding.
Matt had his third burger.
Yeah, third burger of the day. I had burger for breakfast,
It
burger
wasn't
for
it?
lunch,
Yeah.
burger for dinner.
Yeah.
All different burgers though.
Warhammer tournamenting is brilliant, but the food is terrible all day.
That burger van was.
Well, it's a burger van. It's like what you get at any
That's what it
Saturday.
says in the tin.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
what
at
it says
least
on
you
the tin.
didn't put sugar on your chips.
No, that's
Hey,
true.
Mr. Nick.
Yeah, sugar on his chips because they were next to each other.
Apparently, you quite enjoyed it as well.
They weren't too bad with the ketchup. So day 2, fourth
Day
game.
2, fourth game. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all quite eager to get back and roll dice after the night's sleep,
Yeah.
which was really good. And it was only around the corner we slept, so it wasn't too far of a travel either,
No.
which was really good.
No.
So day 4, who were we playing day 4?
We played the checkmates or checked mates.
Yes.
Yeah, they
And it was
were.
our little brush with fame.
Yes, because it was Eddie
Eccles.
Eddie Eccles,
from
yeah.
Warhammer TV.
Yeah, and he was playing these beautiful orcs. wasn't
I
he?
had the privilege
So-
of
Yes,
being,
Yeah.
being
so-
annihilated
yeah.
by his orcs.
It was a good looking army though.
Well, they won best painted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did win best painted, for his orcs, and they were
Very
beautifully
colourful.
painted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go and check out Eddie Eccles' Instagram
Customization
and all those beautiful painted
it was
orcs.
incredible.
He had a couple of customisations, didn't he? Because he
Had a
showed
lot.
off his shark, his
He had a
little
lot.
T-Rex sharky dude. That was really, really cool.
Like, I had Storm Boys who were basically squig riders, and I can't even go into it. There was just
So many different parts.
so many. Oh, you
Do you
just.
think that was part of the tactic? Dazzle you with my army and forget
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Well, it was kind of as he was rolling all his dice, I just sat there gazing at his pictures. Well, at least I'm being tabled by a
A
lovely
beautiful army.
It
I played another
It was-
sisters player.
Yeah, it was successes.
Yeah, 2 sisters in a row now for me
Yeah.
at that point of the game, that point of the tournament.
Who did Nick have?
Nick played the Tyrannid Crusher stuff.
Yes,
Stampede.
yeah. Sorry, Nick.
I think day 2 Nick got
Yeah.
sent forward as our kind of.
He did after day 1 and seeing, because we put Nick forward on day 1 for every game, and then we came into day 2 going, okay, maybe we put the Thousand Sons. We get a better choice who the Thousand Sons go up against, and therefore everybody else has a better chance to face off someone more equally across the board. And it did work out that way. I think the games everybody enjoyed a little bit
The
more.
game, I think across the board, the scores were closer.
The
that
closer,
round.
yeah, because
Yeah.
we did get our faces hammered, didn't we, in this game? I think
Yeah,
I think we lost by
This was our biggest.
biggest loss.
Yeah, I ended up
Yeah.
against I ended up against Tau,
Yes,
and
yeah.
it was
So we had the Tau, we had
Yeah.
the Stampede, we had the Sisters, which was an amazing Sisters army.
That was my Drakari game.
The Drakari game, and then it was the Orks.
The
from-
Orcs with their squigs, and it wasn't the buggy list. It was.
No, it was a standard
It was
war boss with the standard wire. Yeah,
The big
the
kill.
new it was kill rigs,
Kill rigs.
kill rigs
yeah.
and the squig
the
Buggies
new
and the Beast Boys.
Beast Snagger Boys.
Beast Snagger Boys,
and
yeah.
It was
Dreadnought.
The names on it.
Well, yeah, because you had the 2 dreadnoughts deployed, didn't you?
So basically, yeah, I mean, I won't get into too much
The
detail. but
Meganov.
I was thinking he got into my first turn, and my first turn lasted about 30 seconds. I just went, right, we're all moving up.
Yeah.
I hadn't just quite realised how fast they move. And
Yeah.
I was swamped in my first turn.
Because they call the war and they can advance and charge.
Yeah, I hadn't realised that. So again, that's one of those kind of things. It's just don't know.
Well, yeah, we don't play it often, and there's not enough in the team.
So Nick, you need to get some more squid stuff.
Yeah, play more boys on the table so we can see that war.
Yeah,
going
so
across
I
the
think
table.
that was perhaps probably the failings we had most is just
practice,
practice
of other
of
armies,
other armies.
And I know
experience
it's
of
early.
what other people do. Yeah.
Just learnings, and you think, okay, won't do that again next time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you're playing to the point you kind of got to move out to get on the primaries.
That's the problem I had with the Tau. I deployed really defensively because we weren't quite sure exactly what they could put out.
I mean, you took a
Yeah.
light table as well, didn't you? At that.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
if I can remove the cover in the middle of the table, then he can't get units behind it. I can just smite him off the table, that kind of stuff. I think I put the heavy, the extra
I've
train
had
on the war
heavy
table.
twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
Did you?
And it,
Yeah.
it
Which
worked.
was not what we wanted.
Everyone picked the heavy table.
But you say that
Funny
though.
that.
I'm pretty sure 2 of them had terrain pieces that had no functionality of the board.
Well, I think with the way it was set up, with taking the terrain off one table, because of the way the terrain's set up, and the rule was you couldn't put the new pieces within 4 inches of the existing pieces, there's nowhere really to stick them.
Apart from
So
the sides.
you end up with them right on the edges, and then actually, because they're not near the objectives, they change almost the width of the table. They don't actually create a new piece of scenery, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they don't change the dynamic of the actual game.
You're still fighting over the same place, and that same place has the same amount of scenery.
Yeah,
And
line of
removing
sights
is
and-
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the heavy doesn't change, but
No.
you just create more. But the light does. So how did you find having a light table then to shoot down?
It didn't really help much.
It didn't help at
No,
all.
because again, we weren't too sure about. We all know about the railgun element and stuff like that. He only had one on a hammerhead, and he only had a couple of broadsides, so I wasn't overly bothered about the railguns. I kind of just ignore it until I have to deal with it thing. So I deployed super defensively, hoping I'd get the second turn.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. So I was kind of there for a turn, going, "Oh, crap."
He didn't push out.
He didn't push out.
Oh, okay.
So I stuck back. I kept a couple of objectives to start with anyway, and then he was using his tactics in his first turn.
The
Just
monk
sort of
card,
peekaboo, do all this, that, and the other, then disappear back in cover. And I was like, okay, if the game's going to go like this, go.
Yeah. Because he was using the new codex.
Yeah, he was.
So he's got that ability to jump
Walk
out
high,
and then fall
yeah.
back. Yeah, hide back. Fade, shoot and fade away.
But
Something like that.
he only had a couple of small squishy units with the Pathfinders, the Breachers.
The breaches, yeah.
And which he played really well with his Breachers in his first turn. He had them in my deployment zone in his first turn.
Yeah.
With a pre-move on the Devilfish and then a move and then a
because
strat, which allows them to get out after they've moved.
Yeah, after the Devilfish moves, then the breaches can get out. They can do their move, and if it's called Monkar, they can advance and be cast as being stationary. So it's like a 30-inch move from their deployment with the pre-game
It
move.
was, yeah.
Yeah, it is, and they can go in any direction they want.
Yeah. He didn't really get much done with them because they were flamed off the table, but you know, it was,
Yeah, it's a scary unit to
it was
move
like,
that fast.
okay, so he can bring that lot over whilst Peekaboo shooting and Markerlighting over
Yeah.
there. It was a bit like, okay, how do I deal with this? And then Crisis Suits. Even if you charge him with Terminators, he's like, okay, I'm going to do an Orc shooting phase now. It was like, right, this weapon's firing this many shots, this weapon's firing this many shots.
Yeah.
So just like,
All the burst cannons out
and
of the world.
Overwatch with Tower. It's just like, okay, so I've got 2 Terminators left on the charge.
From his 300 shots.
Yeah, which did hold the suits up for about a turn and a turn and a half. You know.
So how many Crisis Suits was he playing?
So I think there was a team of 4, maybe 5. They all had like shield drones. So you got munched through shield drones with the 4 up involved and 2 wounds before you even get to the Crisis Suits, and that was hard graft.
Yeah.
Was that your first time playing Tal?
In 9th, yes. I haven't played Tau for a long time. I've got a good buddy of mine over Cheltenham where he plays Tau. He loves his crew and stuff, so it'd be a totally different style of game with him.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's,
Don't worry, Nick's on it.
Nick's on it,
Nick's
Nick's building his Tal, painting up as blue and pink.
Check out his
Neon.
They glow.
Yeah, they glow. They are going to glow on the table. So that was our 4th game then, and
it was a good game.
It was close across the board,
Yeah.
across all the games,
Well,
but we lost it.
You were
didn't we, I
close.
think?
I beat Drakari by way more points than I thought I would.
Oh, we won that one.
Yeah,
You
we won that
won.
one, yeah.
Yeah, we won
Robert
one.
Nick lost.
Yeah.
But we actually won that one day, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we won that one.
No.
Yeah.
Was it the last game we won?
Oh, the last time.
Rami Gamers in round 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
Paul was their team captain, I think.
the London Casual Gamers.
Yeah.
No.
Rami Gamers.
Rami
Gamers.
It's Manchester way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good bunch, lads. Quite cheerful.
They were
Yeah,
cheerful,
weren't they?
yeah. And they were all quite new as well, from what I could gather. This was like their first team tournament they'd come to, the Rammies. There was only like 2 players that had played before in tournaments, so they were quite rusty, and some of them had never played in a tournament before. In the last game we went up against.
Well, one of their armies, they were painting it the night before.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. As a team effort, so it was the Sisters Army. That was
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That was incredible.
Good shout out for that. Smashing
I played. I paired myself with Death Guard.
We are never going to hear the end of this.
No, we're not. Well, yeah, my Eradicators couldn't roll any higher on the 1s and 2s for the damage, so Morty stayed alive.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he did the job. Wreck face.
I plucked Dark Angels, and that was we were like, let's just have a crazy game. It's the last game. We're not playing for any positions here, so let's just go for it. And we were both just blow for blow the whole way through the game, to the point where I had an Exalted on a disc cast in a flat 11.
Yeah.
For smite, and he was like, "I'm going to deny you," and he rolled 11. And he was like, but I'm +1. I was like, but I'm +1. He was like, You couldn't for that little moment in the game. That was definitely one of them in the last game. Like,
that's really cool.
Really good playing Paul in that game. It was brilliant.
And I played Necrons, which had 2 big blocks of warriors. Then all his other squads were quite small. And so with the double manticores, that's gone and that's gone. And then he had a Catan that charged straight up the board.
Which Catan was it?
He had the Nightbringer.
Yeah.
And then because I'd taken a Psyker, I was able to reduce him down to wounds. And then he charged one of my Leman Russ, who killed him in Overwatch.
Oh.
And at that point, it's kind of like, once Catan was gone, this is done.
That is the worst. Is when you take wounds in Overwatch.
Yeah,
Catan.
I was like, this is an extra phase. This is an extra phase. I'll take it.
Yeah. You got to charge behind a wall.
Yeah,
So
that's the one you can only take 3 wounds per phase.
Yeah.
3 wounds per phase, and with my Psycho, which is kind of why he's there, he took the wounds down and then killing him in Overwatch.
Yep.
And I ended up with a really good. I ended up with another heavy table. That was my 3rd heavy table.
Third heavy table in a row, I think, as well.
Because of the heavy table and dropping in my Scions at the back, I was able to put the Scions behind a tiny corner. Couldn't see them. Couldn't get to them. They maxed out my secondaries.
I was going to say, I think we won every single roll off as well. To go first, to pick first.
Did we?
I think we did. Yeah. I think you. Yeah.
I think we chose every single table first. Yeah. But it means we didn't win though, does it? Okay. Who did you play last in the last game?
I played Sisters for the first time out.
Yeah.
That was another first, and my opponent Dan was a lovely guy. He was not new to 40k, but he was new to sort of tournament and was quite rusty, I think, with the Sisters. But he knew his stuff. He misdeployed, so I was able to deep strike all of my Terminators in behind his lines. And he was, at the end of that turn, he was like, I think I might as well just call it now. He was, at that point, I said, no, you've got to carry on. And to be fair, I murdered that flank, but then his other flank went around and murdered mine. So it was kind of, I was just shifting around the table as he was. And I just, it was the 30-point swing, but he played really well and was a really nice guy to play against.
Yeah, kept you on your toes all the way through.
Yeah, Mortal Wings from Sisters are horrible. 6 Mortal Wings.
From the Stormwalkers.
2 of my guys gone. Hasn't even fired the rest of his gun. It's like, oh wow.
Oh, that's in addition the Mortal Wings are as
it's
well.
horrible.
It's like, no way.
So,
and he had Celestine, I believe, as well.
Celestine. He had a Vindicator assassin who fired once and then he was dead.
Well, you knew where he was then. Yeah.
Well,
he gave his position away too early. That's what it was.
All the screening units basically. So haven't seen a Vindicator for a long time actually, not since the early days.
That's a great pick for a tournament as well.
It is.
It's
unfortunately, didn't have through sheer dumb luck, I managed to screen out all my characters in my second turn and first turn. And I killed it in my second turn with a heavy flamer. But the one shot he got off unfortunately just pinged off a shield.
Yeah, well, he's not used to targeting Custodians.
No,
it's that horrible chaos out there that he's used to. The Vindicator, taking out the assassins himself. And Nick was playing
Nick was playing. Who was Nick playing?
No idea. He was at the far end.
He was at the far end. Yeah,
He was
at
next
the
to
first
me,
pit,
He was playing.
We all played
Thousand Suns.
Thousand Suns, yeah.
Oh, that was it.
That's right, yeah, because he was really eager to play a similar. He's like, I've got experience, I know what I'm doing, and this is what he said.
Yeah.
Because he played at Thousand Suns, he played yours, yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah, his list-
he lost,
his list
but
would
I don't
have-
know.
Yeah, he did. He said he enjoyed it. It was a great matchup between everybody on that last game, I think, and
Yeah.
we all
It
enjoyed
was a
it.
good fun game.
Yeah, even if Morty didn't die for 3 times now. So, what's your takeaways then? What would you say was your best game or the best takeaway from the tournament itself?
I think just going in general, meeting up with people who are having the same kind of time as you are, and we are getting there with pushing ourselves competitively, but meeting people kind of at the same kind of point as us is really nice. And then as a guard player, there weren't that many of us there. We all kind of got on and chatted. I think I did, with 4 wins, I think I did the best of all the guard players, which I was really proud of.
I mean, that really upset me that they'd actually, the one criticism about the tournament is the fact that pairings never came out placings for everybody. Because it would have been nice to find out our placings within our own factions.
Yeah.
So, how well did you go against over Thousand Suns?
I was quite
How well did you go
surprised.
against the guard players? Yeah.
I was quite surprised the amount of Thousand Suns players actually.
Yeah.
Lots.
I think there was 11 or 12 other players.
I think there was 22 overall. 22,000 Suns players. And there was over 30.
Almost 10%.
Yeah, it was over 36 players for the Custodians.
Yeah, we only came up against Custodians twice.
Twice.
We played Sisters more than we did.
Yeah, we had Sisters 3 times.
But I think because we lost our first 2 games, we went down.
We didn't see many
we were
Custodians
on
at
table
that
6.
point.
We started on table 6 and we never saw single figures again.
No, we didn't.
It was 19, 24, 26. We just kept getting further and further down.
But we got closer to the bar, which was the main, the bonus point to that, the silver lining. So, what would you say the best thing that you took away from it, or the event itself, or game?
It was just great to meet some new people and play some different armies. The first game, I think I was a bit not in awe of. I wasn't in awe of my opponent, who was again a lovely guy. It was more just I was just like, oh great, I'm at the tournament, just playing. This is fun. Yeah. And by that point, I'd probably lost a game before my actual gaming head kicked in.
Yes.
Why have I not done this, this, and this to save Trajan from being murdered by Be'lakor? And then after that, it was fine. I remembered to do all my stratagems, but initially I was just like, yeah, okay, fine. Oh wow, he does that. I was more keen to learn about the opposition, than not, and forgetting to actually think about what I could do to counter it.
No, fair one. What about yourself?
Yeah, same thing really. It's good to get the different flavours because obviously when you're at your local gaming club, you know what kind of armies you're going to play. You're always playing a bit of a casual game unless you're like, oh, tournament training, which
is every week for me.
So you do get a bit of variation in the lists that they bring, but to have the variations in the factions was nice. And playing it, the new editions, that fully since obviously COVID and all that nonsense, so it was really good. I'm good to be in that atmosphere.
Yeah, I think Nick was just happy to play someone new.
I think Nick was happy to get out of the house.
Playing someone new, and just rolling loads and loads of dice.
Yeah.
But he's super happy that he's going to put his orcs down and go to either playing Blood Angels again or going to play the new Tau because he's got the new Tau, hasn't he?
Yeah. He has. I think he wants a couple more units before he can really roll them out competitively, but. Yeah, he's on a mission.
He's on a mission at the moment.
He's
going to get noticed with the colour scheme for sure.
Yes.
So you got a 4-win, 1 loss.
4 wins, 1 loss. Really pleased for the guard.
4 wins, 1 loss for the Imperial Fists. An Imperial Fist player. Yeah, there was another one there. I think he got 2, and I got 2 wins. So.
Yeah. What was your hardest matchup then?
My hardest matchup was probably both Sisters games, the Thousand Suns and the Death Guard. My easiest list, I would say, they're all pretty much on the same. Death Guard is the hardest, then the Sisters, then the Thousand Suns, and then the Guard.
We get that opposite. We've all said that it's interesting to play lists we haven't played. When you get paired against a list that we play quite often, like you played a Guard list, it's very similar to mine, so you knew exactly how to take it apart.
Yes. And where not to be when certain actions are being taken. Turn 2, make sure you screen out everything at the back. Push the Scions as far forward into his own deployment zone, and those sort of tactics that you get from only practicing against similar armies.
Definitely.
But it's a Death Guard with the resilience that they got that I struggle with. Some reason they're like my arch enemy. I just can't seem to beat them. Yeah.
You were a captain. What was your big takeaway from that?
Practice. Practice. No, I really like the pairings. I think there should be a little bit more. We definitely need more team tournaments in the UK. It's amazing to see the UK now as a environment to create more tournaments. The tournament scene over the last, since 8th edition in the UK has just boomed. And the Warhammer tournament guys have just done a phenomenal job putting out as many tournaments as possible that they've done.
We had teams from, was it Netherlands?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
There's Netherlands team, there's a
Spanish
we
team.
played a Scottish
Two
team
Spanish
from North Scotland.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Game 2, wasn't it?
Game 2, they were from Scotland just for the tournament. It was amazing.
Were they?
Yeah. They run a couple up there, and the Beachhead guys from South go all the way
Warwick
through North.
Gamers were from Scotland.
Was that Game 2? Was it the White
It was
Gamers?
game 2.
Yeah.
One of them.
Was it the Rammies? The Rammies?
My
The Rammies
Rammies.
were from Manchester way.
Manchester,
Maybe it was Petrus Crusade.
Maybe.
possibly.
Possibly.
Well, yeah, but yeah, the amount of people that are all over the country come towards this team tournament was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest takeaway. Is just how big the community is becoming. We'd like to see more down in the middle of the country where Oxford is, please. If anybody wants to organise one, let us know and we'll get involved. But yeah, that was mine. I really just enjoyed being part of a team and doing something together as a club.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
And grabbing members that don't generally come and play in the big tournaments.
I reckon if we were to do another one in 6 months or 12 months' time, we could get a second team.
With the interest from the club at the moment, I think you might be right, yeah.
As it stood when we got back, we had a lot of people going, "Oh, I'd be keen to do this."
Yes.
Whether or not they follow through, I don't know, but I'd like to think they would.
Yeah.
I reckon
It'd be
there's another 4 or 5 people we
We've
could
got-
get.
We've got people who like to play competitive in other systems. You just need to.
Yeah.
But we could have the kind of the A team. I'm not saying we call it the A team, but you could have the A team who are your hardcore competitive players, and a social team who are there just to play.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you can't. You'd have to have 2 competitive teams. There's more. There were a lot of teams there who were just there for the fun. They didn't have the meta lists.
No, you're right, yeah.
And
There
some of
was a
those
lot
games are really awkward because you think, oh, the Custodians are going to have this, they're going to have this together, and then they dump a complete random list on you. And you're like,
Okay.
Okay, so what does that do?
If we were a super competitive list,
we wouldn't take an Imperial
we
Fist
wouldn't have
player.
Imperial Fists. We probably wouldn't
No,
have
you wouldn't
Guards.
have Guards.
We'd have Thousands of Custodians. We probably wouldn't have Orks.
No, not the Orc build that it
So
was.
we'd have
no.
Nick with his towel. You'd have to go and pay off another army. Oh, Crush you.
I could take
Crush
Crush
the Stampede, and then I'd be probably playing
One of our
Drakari.
other armies,
Yeah.
I'll probably get Sisters or something like that. Yeah, I'll probably
So
go
if
out
we
and
drop
get
you
Drakari.
for Rich Pearson.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if you drop the captain and bring someone else in that has a better army than an Imperial Fist
Yeah.
one, then we'll win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Done.
It's all good.
We'll win it.
We're
next
done.
year.
We're done. Yeah. So we'll wrap it up there then, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you like what we're doing here, and fingers crossed there'll be some more in the future. I mean, me and Rob are doing another team tournament coming up at the end of the month for a tri-service armed forces one. So there's going to be a veterans team, an army, navy, a GW one.
Yeah, GW
Yeah,
one.
an Air Force. Don't forget the Air Force. Yeah, the youngest of them all. They'll all be there.
Digs in already.
Digs in already. Yeah, get in there.
Only 3 weeks to go.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
It's the Air Force. It's not the Navy you pick on. It's the Air Force.
You pick on the Air Force.
You can
because
pick on the
they're
Navy as
youngest.
well. They can't either. They're out at sea somewhere.
Yeah. They do their own thing. So yeah, there's that one coming up, and then I think we're going to try and look for another team tournament for the end of the year. Try and get everybody to do another one before the end of the year at least. So we'll keep our ears to the ground and see what happens there. Drop some comments in the box down below. Like, share, and do the rest of it. Thanks very much, guys, and take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.